Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I wasn't sure if it was going to go live there for a minute or not. It went round and round for a little bit. Just popping out my chat. And let me tweet. Oh, I need to open my app for... Hi, Vaughn. Hi, Kathy. I just need to. I think that needs to be... doesn't look quite clear. Oh, hold on. Sorry, clicked the wrong thing. There we go. All right, waiting for everyone to come on in. It's been a nice day here on the East Coast, not too cold. The sun was out. It's going down now. Hey, Jelly. Let's see if I can get this a little clearer. Sorry. Trying to get it as clear as I can. Don't know why it doesn't look blurry to me, but anyway. Oh, that's just getting worse, so guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Hi, Aditi. No worries, Vaughn. Keep working away. Hi, Mindy. Okay. Oh, just let me tweet here for a moment. For some reason my Twitter closed down. It does that every now and then. I was a little bit late because I was just about to click live and I realized that I hadn't taken in my what do you call it? My distilled water and a glass bowl to kind of mix this stuff in. So I had to get a glass bowl. I didn't want to do it in anything plastic because it would stain worse, probably, I figured. Hey, Mandy. Hi, Beth. I just got on, so you haven't missed much. So, good afternoon. Welcome to the Musical Scrapper. It's been a nice day here on the East Coast of Canada for a change. Anyway, so today I'm going to test. Now, this test may not last all of like 3 seconds if this doesn't work. So, who knows? I could not find anywhere here in Canada online that sold the the grater for the Inktense. Inktense brand does have its own grater. So then someone mentioned, oh, why don't you get a clove? Or is it clove? No, not clove. Nutmeg. Get a nutmeg grater. So I did. The top part here is where you hold your little pieces of nutmeg in between. And then you grate it. And there's a hole at the end where it comes out. So I thought, okay. And then after I got it, I thought, yeesh, How am I going to clean each one? I don't know. So we'll see how that works. Hi, Eileen. So, hey, Monique. So that's the plan. So I thought I would start with some of my greens. This is how I have 3 boxes like this for my 72 colors. So I've got my greens, yellows, oranges in this one. I have my, and they do have completely separate compartments. Like Debbie was saying, I had to find a container. Those other plastic, this is plastic, but it's hard plastic. Those soft plastic, you know, jewelry sorters or whatever. They don't have individual, whatchamacallit. Now, as you can see, I have a couple, this row, that I had to add fake ones in because it was one long one or whatever. Oops. All right, but that doesn't bother me. I glued them down with glossy accents to kind of totally fill in the hole on the bottom. But I don't really add that much water that, anyway, I worry too much. If worst comes to worst, I think I'm going to use a whole bottle. I can take this out and put it in, you know, my palette or whatever. So far, I've only used like a wet brush on them. So it hasn't been an issue. Going to use them a few times. I do love my Inktense, but I just never think of using them. So I'm going to try making them into sprays today. No, they don't pop out. This one was one like long one. So that was why I had to. These are all just separate. I don't know. I found them on, they don't say anywhere what brand they are, but anyway. They are a pain because of the way they close, but that's okay. They just stay on the shelf. So I bought 3 different kinds of containers. I bought spray bottles. I bought these little bottles that are like alcohol ink bottles, but even tinier. They're for like perfume samplers or whatever that they buy them for perfume samplers, but I mean that's okay for like, so they squeeze and they have the little it's way down below. Where are the other little part? There's a little part that goes in. Let me find one here. One moment. They're in a separate little baggie. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Judy. So then they also have these little squirty things. I won't put it in all the way because then it'll be a pain to get it out. Well, it will come out, obviously, but so they're tiny. They're like ½ ounce, I think they said. So, but I don't know. What I was planning to put in these was I was going to try alcohol, mixing them with alcohol to make alcohol ink. But here's the question, you guys. I only have 70% alcohol. Will that work, or does it have to be the 91%? That, oh, crap! Sorry. I just dropped a whole bunch of them on the floor. Excuse me, one moment. Muting. Okay. Yeah, I dropped like, well, 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, that's how many I found. I don't know if I dropped more than that or not. Hey, John. You weren't impressed, Judy? Okay, well, I won't bother then. Well, I know there's a difference from the Distress ink refreshers. But these aren't spray bottles. These are like squirt bottles. One moment, please. That was my phone. All right. Okay. So let's try. This lime green is like my favorite, so I'm going to try with it first. I think I have to take this rubber thing off, or it's all going to get stuck in that rubber thing. Oh, that's not bad. That's going to wipe off there very easily. Guess it's made that way. Wow, that grates it to like powder. Now I don't know what dropped. Ugh. One moment, please. I'm just trying to get my flashlight on here so I can see what fell on the floor. Something that was on my desk. I don't even remember what was here. Anyway. I don't see anything. Okay, so here's the tricky thing. Maybe I should have poured it right into. I should have poured it right into here because now I'm going to lose some from here. And how much am I going to need to make a good concentration? I don't know. So, I've got a huge bottle of one moment. I'm going to pour. I'm going to pour the water from my spray bottle. Oh, wait a minute. Might have an empty. Yeah. Never mind. I have an empty spray bottle here. I have tons of empty spray bottles. Duh. But I'm going to put it in a different one so that I know which one is my... One moment. I need a baby wipe here. One moment, please, while I fill up my little spray bottle. Because I don't know how much I'm going to want to put in here in the first try. Definitely more than that. Oh, no, it's not hot water. Why? Should it be hot water? Grate onto paper. Good point. But I can probably pour it from here. I can probably pour it right from the grater into the bottle. I don't know. It looks like it's totally dissolved. No, Vaughn. It's not alcohol, it's just water. It's just hot water. Right now I'm not making alcohol because I only have 70% alcohol. I might try one at the end with alcohol. I have to go to the washroom to get it, but okay, this is a watercolor journal. This is my watercolor journal that I was doing some of my prompts in, my summer prompts. This is one of my favorite that I've done. Of course, I love reflective things. I love that one too. I love how that one turned out. So I have some pages left. So I'm just going to use it as my test page. Hi, Dr. Dot. This is a light translucent color anyway. So I'm going to leave that for now. The color on this one is... Oh, I don't think it has a name. It's pretty obvious. I don't have a name. I just have a color on the card. Hi, Gail. I think I missed seeing you. Excuse me. I'm going to dry it so I can... Mostly so I can move the box back. So I'm going to do a couple of my favorite colors in each kind of category. See what I end up with. Eileen, here's what I was thinking. You know, with the distress oxide inks, how you kind of can't just mix them with water because they'll just oxidize, right, in your spray? Hey, Norma. But I was wondering, I don't know. I was wondering about glycerin, but then you'd still have to add water. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I've got 4 of the oxide sprays ordered. They're $8 here in Canada, but that's, you know, I mean, typically everything is, they're probably going to be $5.99 in the US. I don't know. Oh, I'm sure you could, Eileen. The reason I would like these ones in a spray basically is because I'm going to grate just a little bit more because I want to fill up the bottle. Because these are permanent, right? My Delusion sprays that I have, those are not permanent. Well, I think I sold all my Lindy sprays. Those weren't permanent. These will be permanent. So I'm going to grate a little bit more of this one and add a little more water. I want to fill up the bottle since it seems to work. Oh. Well, that's going to wet once I spritz it. I'll spritz it now so that it... See how dark it is when you have it fully... So I want to grate some more and add some water. So I'll probably use them just as much as a spray as I ever did as a thing. So, you know, it doesn't bother me if I use half of it. And I am going to do whoever's idea, do it on top of paper. That is a good idea. Let me grab a piece of couple pieces of copy paper here. One moment, please. I'll grab a couple pieces so that I have some when the next one gets dirty. You have to get it all. In order for it to be permanent, you have to get it all completely. Sorry. Where are my tissues? Kleenex, come here. All right, so that should be good to fill up the rest of the bottle. What, Kathy? Who is that? Kathy? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm not sure how to claim my my money yet. How do I claim it, Dee Dee? How do I claim my super chat money? I had one the other day. I haven't claimed it yet. Oh, it's a lot of work, but hey, listen, I loved chemistry and physics. It's a lot of fun for me. No, that was not any easier than doing it the way I did it last time. I lost more that time than I did the first time. All right, this is my distilled water in the smaller one. Okay. All right, who saw where I put my, see? Oh, tell ya, I'm the worst. Ha ha, Eileen. In my channel settings, Monique? Yeah, Kathy. Well, me either, you know. Hey, Kim. Hello, Kathy Cass. Yep, that's all right. It's probably just me being, I could have, if I fold it in the middle, Vicky, if I actually fold it, that will help because then it'll go down the fold. So folding it will help, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to use the other side for the next. Okay, so let's see how much darker this is when I spray it on. I'm going to spray it. Okay, Kimberly. Just trying to make some sprays. You're not that late. I was 10 minutes late because I last minute forgot to grab my. All right, so I'm going to spray over here where it's white so you can see. All right, so that's good. I like that. All right. So I am going to heat gun this so I can turn the page. I didn't mean to put that much on each page. I think there's enough space to do one more on the a couple more colors on this page. Plus, it'll be nice to see how greens mix. I'm going to do one or two more greens. All right, now. Oh, good. Now my papers just fell down. Oh, I can reach them good. I'll just keep them right there since they're. Oh, excuse me. I apologize for any sniffles in advance. Okay, this should come off, I would think. How else would you clean it? It doesn't look like it does. How else would you clean it? It doesn't come off. I guess you're not supposed to clean it. Uh-oh. I should have brought in an old toothbrush. What do I have that will work? Because I shouldn't have used, it's torn apart my baby wipe. I should have known it would do that. Okay, one moment. I am going to grab, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab an old toothbrush and I'm going to grab my alcohol. I just want to see if it works with the 70% alcohol or not. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, but I am also looking for my glossy paper. I think this is it, I think. So if I'm going to make, I'm going to try this before I don't want any stupid fibers getting in my sprays and clogging up the bottle. Clean out all the silly baby wipe, that silly old me. All right, so I'm going to get one of my weensy weensy bottles out here. I'm just going to try this with alcohol. If I don't like it, so be it. Hi, Josie. Hi, Katrina. Hey, no. Hey, Marianne. Just doing some experimenting here. So I shouldn't need too much. And I am going to mix this in the glass bowl because I've got somewhere I've got a little doohickey thingy that hopefully will work to get it in this teeny tiny bottle, but we'll see. I've got a little bit in there already. So, hey, Nick. I'm going to use here, I've got my skewer here. My mixer. Doesn't seem to be as excited about combining. Ah! Just squirted all over me. Oh, well, I shall suffer for my art. All right, so I'm going to cover it up. Maybe I should just put the plain alcohol in here. I think I'm going to have to. I've got some clean water here in my. Hi, Joa. also known as Joey. Oh, Judy, what happened at the doctor today? All okay? Did you get antibiotics? Okay. So now let's take out a piece. I don't cut nice and neat with scissors like Dee Dee does. Couldn't cut straight if my life depended on it. Let's see what happens. This is glossy cardstock. It's certainly not acting like alcohol ink, but I don't know if that's because of the Inktense being too heavy in the alcohol, or if it's because it's only 70% alcohol. Cool, Marianne. So I think I'm going to ixnay on the alcohol ink version for now. Until I get some 90%, then I may try it and see. So today I'm going to focus on my sprays. Oh, I didn't show you guys the other bottles I got. I also did get, and this actually may help. One moment. Get into the box here. I wanted boxes. I wanted some with eyedroppers. So I also bought $24. Oh, and look at the cool box it comes in. Whoa, perfect for storing. Vicki, it was glossy cardstock, so it should have feathered out and not just sat on top. But like I said, that could be because, so these are, got them on Amazon like the others. Viva Plex, 15 milliliter glass dropper bottles. Now, the thing was, a lot of the bottles that had eyedropper, like from like medical companies, so they were amber, so that whatever medical liquid, the amber blocks out light, right? So you don't get issues with the medicine in the dropper. So it took me a little bit of searching to find ones that were actually clear. So it has the eyedropper and the Hi, May. Links to my bottles. I will post links on Twitter afterwards. How's that, Vicki? Well, I can do it now, actually. One moment. Now, these are going to be Canadian links, but you can copy and paste the name of them and accept my, there we go. Okay, so here is the and you copy and paste the name of them and then put it in Amazon.com and it'll come up. So those are the glass dropper bottles. Well, let me get the other spray bottles and stuff. 2 milliliter dropper bottles, and you get 50. Oh, they're for, you know what they are? For people, for eye, for your eye contact solution and stuff to throw in your purse or whatever. Oh, wait, now I don't think I copied the link. One moment. Copy. Paste. Yeah, they are air. And then here you have the option of the size. I got the 50 milliliter ones, which is 1.6 ounces, almost the 2-ounce bottles. So these are the spray bottles. There. So those, guys. Anyway. So I'm going to put these off behind me so they'll be out of the way, my little squirt bottles. I'll use them for something. Oh, yeah, that's like still wet and sticky on that cardstock. All right, I'm gonna need to refill my. I want to use all of these baby wipes first, though, before I refill. It's getting close to the bottom, but I keep refilling before they get to the bottom. Don't want them to. Okay. All right, so let's go on to my next green. I guess I'll use, oh, there's a green. I do have green covers. A couple. Most of them are blue, but may as well match, right? All right, so that's a light green. I want to do a dark green. All right, I'm going to do this green because it's close to a sap green, and then I'm going to also do the olive green. Okay, so let's do 3 of them for now. Oops, I don't need both of them. They were stuck together a little bit. There. Okay, so folding it really helps. Oops, well, except for that part that but I enjoy making a mess, thank goodness. All right, I'm just pouring it's a huge jug of what am I covering? They're spray bottles. They come with the spritzers. Haha, very funny, Judy. Very funny. So you guys, am I getting all the terrible buffering that everybody's been getting the last couple of weeks? They are making changes on YouTube. First of all, they've added the library to your homepage dashboard. They have also, I also noticed they change up your homepage dashboard, you know, the recommended videos or whatever that show up when you first log on to YouTube. That changes every 20 to 25 seconds because I was sitting looking at what came up to see if there was anything that I was interested in clicking on, like someone I don't follow or someone I follow that I missed a video, which is a lot lately. And as I was about to click on one, the whole screen refreshed and changed. So I sat and watched it, and it changes every like 20, 25 seconds or so. No? Okay. Yeah, I have the 72 Katrina, and I have them in 3 of these cases. All right, so that should be, it doesn't seem to take long for it to, let's see if it's starting to settle. It is settling on the bottom, as you can see. So they will have to be shaken each time because it does seem to settle on the bottom. So that's good to know. All right, so this is kind of like I don't have the names on them because, well, I think they're stamped on them, but I didn't bother because I could kind of tell. I didn't bother naming them. I just, so to me, it doesn't matter what the name of the color is. I just want to know the color. So they are swatched. I think it needs a little more ink grated. I didn't grate as much as I did for the other green. Yeah, community chat groups, right. Yeah, they have like a chat group now, a forum, kind of like Twitter. I don't know if you can post photos though. I haven't looked at it yet. I just know that it's there. Judy, I didn't see if you answered my question about the doctor. Hey, Jillian. Now, I bought this nutmeg grater because I could not find anywhere here in Canada that I looked that sold the Derwent one online that I could get it, like, because I'm not very good at waiting. You had trouble finding me today? Oh, no. That's not good. Making some Inktense. There, that's better. There, that's a little more of the color we want. There we go. Okay, good. And people may say, oh, you're wasting your blocks. Really? Well, I don't use them any other way. I haven't used it. Well, I shouldn't say I don't use them any other way. I don't remember to use them as much as I would like. Of course, now that I'm back doing mixed media stuff, I'm sure on. Well, I mean, here in the city, I couldn't find this anyway here in the city. So, I mean, yeah, oh yes, a great Walmart would have had a grater, but they don't have Inktense. So actually, they have the 12 set of Inktense. I shouldn't say that. Last time I was at Walmart, they actually they had quite a few Derwent products. All right, so there's 2 greens. Now I'm going to do the olive green so that I have a good variety of greens. So there's how I did the it follows the same order. They're random colors, and I certainly didn't get many greens, unfortunately. Luckily, I only got 1 pink. Woohoo! That's a bonus. That's where I got I bought Inktense. No, not Inktense. I bought Derwent, and I bought the Derwent metallic color pencils that are water soluble, but I like them just metallic pencils. And they also did have the 12 pack of Inktense pencils. Yep, I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you, shocked. All right, let's get my thingamabobby back out here. All right. All right, so I need a little bit more than that according to my experiments. And no, I'm not doing this to my Neos. Simply because, first of all, because I like my Neos color twos. And second of all, because they wouldn't be permanent. I couldn't use them as a spray. Anyway. If I want my Neos to be permanent, I paint them on using matte medium, and that makes them permanent. Oh, that looks good. I should have a secondary piece of paper under the bottle because I know what a klutz I can be. See, and I do have some stuff on there, so we'll see. All right, water time. Hey, Katrina, woohoo! Oh no, Kathy. I know parts of Ontario had a watch on. I don't know if Kathy, were you guys under wind chill watch up there? Kathy? Oh, Cardona, not Katrina. Oh, sorry, Cardona. Katrina was right under you, and I thought it was the same person chatting that. Yay, Cardona just ordered some Inktense. You can also just paint with them like watercolors as well, or color on and then wet, however you want to use them. This is just, I'm just making sprays because I want to have some permanent sprays. Yeah. It's supposed to get cooler next week, but not looking like wind chill. But they've been wrong more this winter than they've been right. Like that last bad snowstorm that we got, it only popped up onto our alert like the day before. It's like, really? Sheesh, all that snow and freezing rain. Schools were closed Monday and Tuesday, and the province was shut down Sunday as well, or for part of Sunday. Oh, crazy stuff. Mother Nature is mad. Oh, I saw that. Oh, B3. Hello. Yeah. Oh, terrible. Yeah, Inktense our ink. This is compressed ink. It's not watercolor pigment. It's not pigment like in acrylic. They are ink pressed into Inktense and into pencils. I don't know what binder they use, but the water does seem to be. Look at that lusciousness. Look how pretty that color is. Oh, wow, Kathy. Yeesh. Thank you, but no thank you. The terrible thing is, like, and I've lived in Ontario, so I know. I lived there 9 years, just west of Toronto. But their -10s, I'm not saying our -10s do not feel like -51. Like, once you get to, -30, you're talking like cold. But our -10s are way colder than Ontario's -10s because we're by the Atlantic Ocean and it is bone chilling. Even -10, you're cold down to the bone. Let me tell you, it just goes right through you. Paula learned that when she went to visit her dad in Newfoundland. She's like, Jean, now I understand what you're talking about. Bone chilling cold. Yep. Even when it's not as cold as, oh, there, look at that. That is a nice color. All right, so I've got 3 good greens going there. Of course, now I'm going to have to, I should have brought in a little shoebox I'm going to have to make inserts in a shoebox to, because I think when I sold all my sprays, I sold my shoebox that had the insert in it too, because I didn't think I was ever going to. No, Eileen, these are ink. When they dry, they're permanent. You can see that the green underneath there that was dry, it is not lifting and mixing with what I'm putting on top of it at all. And it runs differently than watercolor, even though this is watercolor paper. It's reacting completely differently than watercolor. It tends to pool and leave lines. Yeah. So it reacts differently than watercolor because it's ink. Okay. Well, Katrina, on the last weekend, we got 6 inches of snow, and then we got rain, which turned into 9 inches of ice. It was crazy. All right. Eileen wants me to use a brush to try and blend it, and it is not going to blend, but I will prove it to her because she doesn't believe us. I have to fill this water brush. I usually put the spout of my spray bottle over my water brush. And spritz to fill it, because I usually spill if I try and pour it in. Okay, that's enough to test here. Oh, that's the tip of my, never mind. Yes, while they're wet, you can mix and blend, but not after. Eileen's trying to prove that these are not permanent, and they are permanent. Now, some of that green is coming up because I did not get it all diluted here and wet where I spritzed it. I should do, just a second, let me do over here where I know there wasn't any of that green that fell on my. Oh, look, it is re-wetting, you guys. I wonder if it's because I have so much water in it. They're supposed to be permanent. They weren't mixing with each other, though, it's really strange. They were not mixing with each other. We'll try that with other colors. Like when I sprayed on them, they weren't mixing. So it's strange. The only thing it picked up, Eileen, was the lime green, because I had a lot on there that wasn't, because the whatchamacallit spilled on it. The little granules spilled on it. So we'll try it with another color. All right. So what other color from this bin do I want? I want this aquamarine blue, turquoise. I want a turquoise. Turquoise. All right, sorry, put my olive away. Let's make sure this is, it will answer. All right. All right, I seem to have it fairly clean. Okay, so I have to go a little more carefully. If I go too hard, it breaks off large chunks. Especially, it seems, at the beginning of the process. I should have been thinking to grate these to a point so that next time I use them, if I want to color, I'll have a point on one, because I've got two halves of each color. So I had to break them in half to fit them into the I think I need more. So I had my alarm set to get up in time to shower and be at Dee Dee's there. Look, I graded it to a point. So now I'll have one with a nice, I should have thought of that with my green ones. I haven't, so I think I'll use the sprays more often than I use the bars. That's what I mean. I got these not too long before I started my water, so I haven't used anything mixed media since I started to watercolor. So now that I'm trying to go back to my journals, it's tough because all I want to do is watercolor. But I'm trying to keep a variety. I'm trying to do journaling too. So of course, Eileen, cameo over your hundreds of other things you have in your warehouse. So there. I am, Gail. I am being very careful not to inhale. I'm trying to hold my breath while I'm pouring it into the bottom. Oops. Scraping. You can, yes. Cardano, you most definitely. That's why I have them in these boxes, so that I can spritz them and then just use my paint brushes and use them as watercolor. I won't use my watercolor brushes on them though. I'll use my acrylic brushes. I will not use my watercolor brushes on ink, only on watercolor. I actually may need a new set of brushes just for my acrylics. I have some acrylic brushes, but there's a couple that are decent. These ones I'm going to try and cut off the handles. I hate long handled brushes. So I do have some for acrylics. But hey, Joycey. Where'd it go? Oh. All right. Oh, you used powder at your jelly plate class, Eileen? I missed that, I guess. I didn't hear or see anything about your jelly plate class. You definitely can, Cardona. You can definitely blend just like any watercolor. You can also color them on a good way if you want to blend them. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Cardona, if you want to blend, here's a good color. You can take your block, and you don't need a whole lot. You can color them. Then, where did my watercolor brush? Where did my brush go? Eileen, what did I do with my brush? Did I put it back in here? Is that the one? This is not the one, but it's got, okay. Then you can take it, add some water. It can be any kind of water, paintbrush. Add some water. Now you've got some watercolor, and then you can paint with it. If you want to blend, you can scribble another color beside it, add your water, and go for it. Just remember, once it dries, use something plastic so it doesn't dry on you here as fast, because once it dries, it's permanent. So, but you can do it that way for sure. So this is it has a little texture on it, so it works to collect your pigment. Oh, cornstarch and baby powder. Oh, I cannot. Oh, Eileen. Oh. Nice color, huh? Oh, yum. Oh, yum. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Pretty. All right, bye, Vaughn. Thanks for coming. Oh, the baby powder's made from, yeah. Yeah, because they can't use in baby powder now, they can't use whatchamacallit, because it's caused a lot of issues with babies and parents. Whatever it's called, it's usually in powder. Yeah, they're not allowed to use it in baby powder anymore. No, not asbestos. Oh my gosh, what's it called, you guys? That's usually in powder. I know in Canada they're not allowed to use it anymore. Talc. Thank you, Norma. Talc. Oh, that is, look at that. And they are very fine spray misters, so that's nice. You get a nice kind of spray. That's nice. I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm going to switch to a new paper because that's just getting icky. All right. So what color? Yeah, I figured it's not allowed. I mean, I assumed if it's not allowed in Canada, it's not also not allowed. All right. So what yellows? I want a lemon yellow for sure, and I want a warm yellow. So let's go to lemon yellow. No, it didn't. Cardona, it didn't really seem to work. Oh, I was looking for the yellow one. There we go. I've got one yellow one left, I think. Oh, no, I've got two. Good. Because I want a warm yellow and a... All right, let's clear this out. I think it's pretty well clear. I guess I already did it. I think it was Vicky who reminded me told me to use paper underneath. Thank you for that, Vicky. It's made this process a lot easier. So for those of you watching the recording, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but with different colors. So if you don't want to keep watching the same thing and you're not chatting because the live chat is not active, move on if you wish. Fast forward. I may be showing some old family photos at the end, depending on the timing. But right now, I'm going to be making more powders. Let's see how much I have. That's a pretty good amount. Yellow may need a little bit more. I have a feeling there's some green coming out with that. We may not get a pure yellow. We'll see what happens. It's a piece of paper that was a little bit wet there, so... Judy, did you use 90% alcohol? You tried it with the alcohol? I know they would not mix nearly as easily. if it wasn't grated so much down to a powder. Hey, Ashley. Oh, it was 90% that you used and you didn't like it? Okay. All right. All right, I'm not going to use that one for powder because it's all wet now, so it's just going to waste powder. I should have moved it before I started pouring the water. Silly me. Yeah, Kathy, it's making it right just like cinnamon, right? It just like cinnamon. Right down to a powder. Of course, I can't use it. I lucked out. I ended up getting this as an add-on item. And I had to buy something for my cousin's daughter for her and her boyfriend's housewarming gift. So I got it for $3.99, and right next to it, when I did the search, right next to it was the exact same grater for like $29.99. So I got a really good deal on it. Oh, for heaven's sakes, really? Hello, Nellie.
Hi, Jen.
Sorry, guys, I had to answer that message. It was the same person who was calling me earlier, and she was on her way home. We ordered something from our local scrapbook store, the lady that I ordered the stuff from, and she was going to pick it up on her way home. She'll get it on her way home tomorrow from school. All right, so let's see how the lemon yellow worked. I'm going to spritz it near this one so that it'll blend. Yep, it's a nutmeg grater. So I can't use it for nothing. I buy my nutmeg already grated. Nice. It's interesting. Some colors give a better spritz than others. Of course, it may be just a good spritzer. I think I need a little bit more. I need more yellow in that. So I'm going to grate a little bit more yellow. Bye, Kathy. Good morning, no matter how much I want to. Couldn't last week because the roads were so terrible. So I have to go. I have to go tomorrow. Let's put my alcohol out of the way there. Oh, I just scratched my nose and that was a bad idea. Because now I probably have pigment all over my nose. Okay, now while this is moving, I'm going to hold my breath. Probably should have a mask on because I got after Patty and Debbie for not wearing a mask when they were working with powdered pigments. I didn't realize it was quite that much. That fine. Great. Good, Jean. All right. Bye, May. Oh, Kathy, that's funny. She's probably gone already, but that is funny. There we go. There we go. That's the Inktense color I want. Definitely. Makes a nice Kelly green there where it goes over that turquoise. Judy. Oh. Hi, Katie. Judy, did you miss fire again? Oh, I was just wondering. You timed out that person. Should be able to type again in a couple of minutes, Katie. All right. A warm yellow. So I'm going to use this one. This kind of a yellow ochre, sort of. Not quite as brown as the yellow ochre, but it's a nice warm yellow. No, that's okay, Judy. At least you didn't ban her. Mommy Gin is Katie. Joycey. What's the ratio, Marianne? You mean of water to pigment? I'm not measuring. This is 50 milliliters of water, so it's 1.6 fluid ounces. And I'll show you, I'm not measuring, so I kind of had to guess myself how much powder, and some colors you're going to need more pigment than others. I'd say 1.5 ounces of water. And I would guess probably I might be putting in a teaspoon of powder. But half a teaspoon maybe. Now, my mom, I would have been able to show her this, and she could have told me by looking at it how much it was. Hold your fingers like this, she could tell you down to probably about 1/8 of an inch how big you were. It's probably maybe half a teaspoon of powder, maybe. Welcome back, Katie. It was an accident. It was a mistake. She's just trying. There's tons of trolls out there, so she was just. Well, these are Inktense ink blocks, and I'm making some sprays with them simply by grating them with a nutmeg grater, adding distilled water, mixing them up. So I have some nice permanent sprays. All right, so I've done 3 different greens. Katie has sprays. There's a lime green, a sap green, and a green. Then I did a nice turquoise. Juicy. of like a spray paint. All right, here we go. So this is like a nice warm yellow. Uh-oh, this sprayer's not. This is the first sprayer in the batch that has been a paint. We shall see. We just need to be encouraged a little bit. Uh-oh. It is not wanting to spray. So one dud. Let me check and make sure it's not clogged with something. Okay, I'm going to give it one more try. If it doesn't work, I'll just put another sprayer in the bottle. And since these are ink, yeah, okay, there's something wrong with the sprayer because it doesn't even want to go on. There we go. All right. One more try. Nah, that spray. Oh, the sprayer's a dud. It is not spraying. So the sprayer is going in the garbage. I'll go through later, and any I don't use, I will go through and check, and I'll complain. Maybe they'll replace them for me. There we go. Actually, I'm not going to throw that out. I'm going to give it a whirl later with some water, see if it's just needs cleaned out or something. Oops. So I've got some splots on there. Give me that sprayer. My garbage bag's almost empty, so I should be able to find it. Where'd it go? Like, fell right to the bottom, of course. All that's in there is paper. And a plastic spoon. All right, I'll find it later. Okay. Ah! Sorry about that, Jelly. Okay. All righty, Joycey. No worries. I'm in need of some leftover Chinese food soon too. I'll make a few more colors. So that's a nice color. It's hard to tell whether I need more or not because I don't think I do. I think I'm good with that. All right, and this is a like terracotta orange, so I have to make that because I love terracotta. Diet chicken, huh, Judy? Yeah, you can definitely mix them up when you're grading, but I have 72 colors to choose from, so I'm not sure I have to combine in my sprays because I would like to layer them and combine that way on the paper rather than the spray. That way I can have the pure spray and I can have the mix. Okay, I'm revamping this. It's like that's only a quarter of a tablespoon, or teaspoon. That's not half a teaspoon. There's no way I'm using half a teaspoon. I don't think I'm going to need as much of this. So I'm going to err on the side of less at the moment. Turn my head. So I don't breathe that in. All right, so let's add that a little bit more. That was close. I almost missed the bottle on that one. Chickles. You guys are silly. Or does she mean filleted? Just had a typo. This is yummy. This is like my second favorite color to green. Of course, it is very close to turquoise. I love turquoise too, but oh, I already got the. Katie likes orange too. Dot. I'm just turning my head. Should breathe through my. I don't have a mask. Don't own one. All right. Let's see what we get from this. I always like to make sure I've got my finger on the sprayer correctly. Oh, how pretty is that? It's a little more orange than I thought. It's not really as, when it's sprayed, it's not really as terracotta. It really is more orange. But that's okay. I always need orange. Bye, Ashley. Bye, Katie. Thanks for dropping in. Come back Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays at 4, Thursdays at 1 Eastern. Okay. All right. Let's go to my next box. I don't know what I was going to do with these. I guess I was thinking of making like a thicker ink. I don't know. I have to figure out something to do with those eyedropper bottles. Oh, Dot, I know. All right, so I'm going to do a warm and a cool red. Oh, didn't put this away. That went in the wrong spot. All right. Warm red, warmish. It's kind of a medium. Bye, Norma. Thanks for coming. So next Monday, I'll have to use some of these sprays on a journal page. I'm going to do a few more and then I'm going to stop because I need to take a break. And I'm sitting back as far as I can. So I'm not breathing in any of this powdery stuff, I hope. I'll use the pink cover for this red one. I'm probably going to need more powder. I do not want this to come out pink. But we'll see. I'll start with that much. So it's easy to add more. Uh-oh. I might need my... I don't know what happened, but I got a great big chunk of pigment in the bottom of this. Where is my... There are my tweezers. I don't know if those will work or not. Well, that's really strange. That's like way too big for this bottle. Look what they sent. Well, that's an easy problem to solve. Better than having it too short, but very strange. Okay, Jean, all right. What do you want me to try? Put a little powder on a sheet and sprayed it like magicals. Well, I kind of did that with that green, but I can do that. Oh, Eileen, I could use those little bottles. Maybe. Oh, no, I have bottles. Where are they, I wonder? I have empty bottles like the ones that James powders come in. Ken Oliver's powders come in. I do have those, but yes, okay, I'll try that, Eileen. Next time I'll put some powder down. Let's see if I have enough in this mixture. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's okay. That one has enough. It's good. I was worried because sometimes red is really See, now that spritzer bottle has really good spray left over. Oh, I can pick up masks. I'll try and remember to pick up masks when I'm... This week I have to pick up my scripts at the pharmacy, and I'll pick up some masks there. So, Eileen, is there a video somewhere that I can see what you guys did with your jelly plating on the weekend? All right, so I am going to... Eileen wants me to see before I put this one away. So Eileen wants to see what happens if I kind of did this with the green because it spilled all over my book. But there's the powder, Eileen. Oh, and there was a little yellow powder in this too. And this is better watercolor paper than in that book. That's why I chose this. But it does leave granules. So those granules are not going to be completely dissolved. So those are going to interact after it's dry as well. So let's dry it and see what happens. Because I didn't get to shake it, right, to completely dissolve it. But see, because it's ink, it tends to pool more than watercolor does. When you use a heat gun, it pools more. Oh no, really? Vicki, the big dots are just parts of the powder that's on top here. It's not quite as finely ground because it's crumbling off the stick. So it's not quite as finely ground as what goes through into the inside. So it's just larger chunks of the stick, of the ink. But when I do it in the bottle, it gets mixed up because I shake it and it does dissolve in the water. But there wasn't as much water sprayed on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to spray it again. We'll see if any more of that dissolves. Now, if I take my finger, I can crush those blobs. So it's not really, you'd almost have to figure out how you could use only what's inside this. It's not really that effective. So now I think I've got it all. Yeah. It would, AJ, but I'm not going to go through that trouble. So, all right. I want to get a couple more done here before I stop for some supper. So I'm going to do a cool red. This is probably going to be one that Joycey's going to like. Not sure if Joyce is back yet. AJ. So it did react with the water, Eileen, but not the same way, differently than the magicals, because the magicals react more like and Ken Oliver's pigments, they do react more like watercolor. They kind of bloom out, and these kind of will, and then head towards the edge. Oh, excuse me. Okay, holding my breath. Coarser than the Derwent one? No, someone told me it looks like it's finer. Because it's taking it right down to like powder cinnamon. It's just there's a couple of chunks on the, like larger pieces on the outside where the actual. Should have moved my paper. Where the actual stick itself crumbles a little bit as you're grating. And I can't use that one because it's wet. So this is my cool red. Ooh. So that's like a alizarin crimson. It's a little more purpley than an alizarin crimson, but it's similar. I don't know. I want to let that one dry a little bit on its own. I'm getting some kind of cool texture coming out there. The paper, I guess. So I want to let it dry a little bit on its own. That one is good. I'm happy with that one. So let's do okay. Which purple do I want? I want a couple purples. One. Well, I want to do one first. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to do this purple first. It looks like a what do you call it? A dioxazine. It's not really. It's a plummy purple, but it's sort of as close to dioxazine as they have here in this that I can see anyway. Just make sure my need a piece of paper. Now that I got too wet, I have to be a little smarter about remembering to take it out before I pour my water. Ochre burgundy. Ah, Joycey. Yeah, this is my nutmeg grater. And it's grinding right down to like fine powdered cinnamon. So you see, there's just a couple of little bigger flecks coming off from the actual, top of the grater. I'm way back here. Your pieces are from, like I said, that are falling off from the outside. Oh, okay. I think I need a little bit more. Didn't have as much as I thought I had. Glad I tried the alcohol early on, though, because at least I know I'm not happy enough with it. Watercolor pigment. It's just not working with the ink. Well, no, it shouldn't, because it must be ink that's in alcohol ink. All right, here we go. And I decided to use this distilled water because they'll last longer. We have really good, we have very soft water, so we don't have any issues with having calcium or heavy in our, wait a minute, I think I put those on the wrong end. No. Really? Okay. All right. That's my asthma. Jeez, I covered my mouth inside my arm. Has nothing to do with the... All right, down here for the purple. Ooh. That is kind of a cool spray design. That's pretty. Yep, I'm liking these. Yeah. Dot, you don't have a mask to put on. Okay. All right. I've got my hoodie up over my nose, Dot. Is that good enough for you? All right, let's do this purple, which is a true like violet. Let's put the dioxazine back in there. It's funny that the one and only pink sprayer is the only one that was like too long for the bottle. Hey, Twinster, yes. Because I'm grating up these Inktense without a mask, and I'm bad. Because I yelled at Patty and Debbie for working with their powdered pigments without a mask, and now I'm doing it. So I've got my hoodie up over my face, up over my mouth and my nose. At least I keep it cool enough in my house that I probably could wear a mask without it annoying me. But already my glasses are steaming up. So, Twinster, I am grating Inktense and making sprays. Oh, yes, but I'm coughing because I have asthma. Nothing to do with this. I cough all day long. When I get tired, I cough. Now, need more than that. Boy, got a hair in my mouth. There we go. I'm covered up. Because looking away and holding my breath wasn't enough for Dr. Dot. Oh, glad you dropped in too, Twinster. This is my second week in a row doing experiments. Last week I created some really cool embossing powders, mixing up different colors, adding UT, and adding salt. Salt gave my embossing powders very cool texture. All right. At least I have leftovers for supper tonight, so just have to throw some on a plate. Some yummy ginger chicken fried rice, some beef and broccoli. Yeah, All right, let's see how this nice violet, true violet purple works out. All right. It's kind of a dirty spot on my page there. I don't know what it is, but anyway. That's pretty. Oh, except Eileen won't like it because she doesn't like purple. Very interesting texture on. Oh dear, Monique. Sorry to hear that. All right, let's do one more. I'm gonna do a blue one. Oh, and then I'll remember where I left off when I want to go ahead and make some more. All right, I'm going to go right. This one is like an ultramarine, so I'll start with that one. I want to make sure I have enough bottles for some earth tone ones. I need a couple of blues. I'll start with the ultramarine. Just get a little wet by the look of it. Oh, but why did this whole package get wet? This whole layer got wet. All right, I'll try and do it down on this side so it doesn't get. Hold on. Uh-oh. All right, so that's the one I already did. So that's that one. This is the ultramarine. Okay. My fingers. Thank goodness I still have a craft scrubby. Hi, Mark. Sorry if my voice sounds funny, but I have to hide my voice again behind my hoodie to keep Dorothy happy because I am grinding Inktense and making yummy sprays. Look at these yummy colors. Looks a little dark. I don't know, it's not dark to me, but it looks a little dark on the screen. All right, so I'm doing like an ultramarine. These are Inktense blocks. Let's see how much that gives me. The nice thing about these mark is that they'll be permanent once they're dry because they are Inktense. I need a little bit more. This is going to be my last one. I've been doing it for a couple of hours now and I need a break. Need to get some supper into me. Got Chinese leftover waiting for me in the kitchen fridge. Okay. Whew. Come out from behind that. All right. See. I spilled just a little bit there, so yeah, this is going to be pretty, isn't it? Look at that. This might be closer to a cobalt. I'll have to see when I spray it. If it's cobalt or if it's... I'll look on the case here. It's hard to tell. It could be cobalt. Let's see. It's hard for me to tell from my... Pretty bad when I can't even tell from my own swatch. All right, here we go. Let's try the ultramarine blue. There we go. Yeah, I think it's ultramarine. Cool blue, whichever it is. Cobalt or ultramarine. A little closer to a cobalt, I guess. You see where it's pooling until it is closer to a cobalt. Thank you, Dorothy. They are nice colors, aren't they? And they're nice, would be nice permanent sprays for backgrounds and using through stencils and whatever. So I'll make some more of these. later tonight or tomorrow. I've got to run. I have to go get groceries tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, my cousin's coming over and we're supposed to be starting our exercise program. So I have to find my DVD for that. They do, don't they, AJ? They make great sprays. So I've got a good variety so far. My greens, they got their own page. Then 2 yellows and an orange and a turquoise. Dot. And then my 2 reds, a purple, and 2 blues, or 2 purples and a blue. So I need another blue, at least one more blue, and then I need some earth tones. So thank you everyone for coming. I'm going to, I guess I best leave that open. I am going to go get some supper and see you all later.